covered in cameras.
It's like spider eyes.
Yes, it's creepy too. They blink as well. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Elon Musk and his prognosis for actually getting to Mars, and we'll flick at some of the Cyber Monday coverage that's out there. I'm sure you're all on your computers shopping or your phones shopping. I don't know. What do you shop?
I don't.
Okay, yeah, there's that. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Brian will pick up the bets. We'll get them in 3 minutes and 59 seconds.
From 3, 2.
Welcome to the 359. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm Alfred Eng.
Remember when it was enough to have a single camera on your phone? Well, those days are long gone. Apple kicked off the 2-lens trend. Huawei and LG added 3 lenses to a phone this year. Samsung is supposed to add 6 to the Galaxy S10 next year. But LG has something even more extreme. 16 lenses. Look at this.
Yeah.
And a 4x4 configuration. Wow. What do you think?
It looks like Swiss cheese on the back of your phone.
Yeah, but 16 cameras, right? That's got to be like at least 8 times better than the iPhone.
I don't know if that's how the math works, but I mean, I look at it and I just think, you know how like we've always talked about how there's a lack of innovation in phone like forms, like it's been this kind of like square screen for a really long time, and then I love that all these phone makers are basically just like, you know what would we could do to shake things up? 16 cameras. Let's just add more and more cameras until the whole thing. It's a Rubik's Cube where each block is just a camera.
Well, Samsung did show off, or actually is selling a phone with 4 camera lenses in the back, so it's not implausible that these camera makers are just trying to add more and more lenses. This is it's a 4x4 grid configuration. It's kind of done in a circular formation, so I guess it would be better for 3D imagery.
Yeah, I wonder what like each lens would be doing. So with dual lenses, one is to capture the background and one the foreground, so like for a better bokeh effect. I'm very curious, like, so is this like one is for specifically like lighting, one is for specifically like the background?
No, I think it's to take sort of these multi-perspective photos where you can change the angle, maybe move it around in kind of in a 3D kind of effect way. I don't know. It's weird. It's crazy. But you know what? In an industry that is kind of lacking in innovation, maybe 16 cameras is it.
Yeah, speaking of weird and crazy, Elon Musk today basically mentioned that there's a 70% chance that he'll move to Mars. A little bit weird and crazy. He said it on Axios on HBO on Sunday night.
Yep.
I mean, we know about SpaceX. We know about their whole like space exploration mission. I mean, Elon Musk on Mars.
I mean, good. He should go to Mars. That'd be. I mean, as long as Twitter's not on Mars, I think that'd be good for him.
I mean, I don't know how the Teslas there would work, or Solar City. I don't know how much sunlight Mars gets. I don't know much about space.
Well, yeah, he was sort of referencing the progress that SpaceX has been making on, the rocket technology and actually getting people to Mars. It's been a long-term goal of his for a while. He has this Starship. I guess it was formerly known as the BFR, not Ben Fox Rubin. But apparently it's going to cost a couple $100,000 to snag a seat there. Either way, just kind of a weird.
I mean, what's the percentage that you would move to Mars?
Pretty much 0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm going with 0.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, unless some sort of like zombie apocalypse hits Earth, right? There's not a real reason to move to Mars.
Yeah, you got a good place here. So
what about you?
The real estate is looking very charming on the left side of Mars.
Well, there you go. I mean, you know what? The way real estate prices are going, maybe Mars will be the way to go. All right. Lastly, please check out our site for all of the many, many Cyber Monday deals that are out there. We've just got wall-to-wall coverage on some of the best deals out there. Dave Katzmeyer in particular has a great feature on some of the best TVs. We've got some deals on Nintendo Switch bundles, controllers. Did you get anything?
No,
this Black Friday, Cyber
I did
Monday,
not. I looked at stuff, but I've been following the rule that if I was not looking for it originally, I'm not really saving money.
That's a good rule to have. I think I caught onto Red Dead Redemption 2. I've caught a deal with that.
I mean, if you were looking for that
and
to
I was
begin
already
with,
for
so
that,
yeah, that makes sense.
But yes, check out our site. That's all for now. For all this coverage, check us out on CNET. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm Alfred Eng.
Thanks for listening.
Roger forgot how to close the show. He's
Yeah,
been
I was
gone
about to say,
so
like,
long.
wait, what are we doing here? I'm also on like 2 hours of sleep right now.
I think his
It's
whole
not-
mental process was like, don't speak in Japanese. Don't say anything Japanese.
All right, but anyways, it's time for folks to go ahead and send in comments and questions about these stories at hand. For one thing, moving to Mars, it's got to be cheaper than San Francisco,
Yes.
Seattle, and New York. I'm just gonna put that out there.
You know what? I would say Seattle's okay. You're right. Seattle's pretty expensive too. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. You're right.
Can I also just say one thing? Like, with every celebrity and their social media habits, you can say what you want about Trump and whoever like that. I think this comment firmly seats Elon Musk as like that douchebag hipster cousin that you just want to shut up.
Well, yeah. To be fair, he didn't say this on Twitter though. He did say this. He said
Said it
this.
in a documentary
Said
like
it,
interview
he
kind of. He
said
said
it
it
on
to
Axios,
Axios, to
yeah.
reporters.
Yeah. So this wasn't like a random rant, like, well, I guess it was a random rant, but it wasn't like on Twitter.
And I think your hipster cousin is usually a guy that doesn't have the resources or means to actually get to Mars, whereas
True.
Elon Musk, like,
I mean, there's
he's
like
charging people to go.
there's definitely a more realistic chance of Elon Musk going to Mars than your standard hipster cousin.
That's a good point. I'll give you that much. He could actually technically pull it off, but it was still just like you just have to roll your eyes.
Like,
at
I get
a
it.
little
Yeah, if somebody says that, you kind of want to just like, yo, shut up. Like, no one cares.
All right, folks, keep sending in your comments and questions. Let's go ahead and delve into the chat and take a few. Here's some suggestions on what you can do with 16 cameras on your phone. Hunter Lee, 16 pictures of your food. Gabriel Keaton, throw your phone in the air and take a picture of the entire room before you catch it. Kind of like that idea. That really doesn't seem that far off from what they're kind of going for with like the 3D imaging thing. You just throw it in the air and it scans your surroundings and suddenly you're in like a VR situation or something.
Is that what? I mean, you would probably have a better idea of what they'd want to do with 16 cameras than we would.
I'm
but-
looking forward to the day where cameras on phones get so good that like they pick up all our flaws also, where it's like, hey, look at that, look how clear that blemish is on someone's face. It's very much like a Twilight Zone kind of thing where it's like our cameras got so good that we can finally see like how bad we look.
I don't know,
So thank you for the
I
16
feel like,
cameras.
I feel like cameras already capture
Yeah.
how terrible I look on a daily basis, like right now. So, see the bags under my eyes? They're just right. No, I don't. Never mind.
There's a specific one out of the 16 cameras just to pick up bags under your
The
eyes.
blemish cam.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's what some of the comments are talking about in the chat, though, is like the uncanny valley situation if the cameras get that good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always creeped out by that.
Yes. I don't know. I'm both creeped out by it and excited for that uncanny valley of
There's one
weird 3D imagery.
There's one camera that picks up all your flaws, and then another camera that you have to pay extra to unlock to like get rid of it.
So my thought was, though, would they actually have all the camera lenses visible? Because that was an ugly presentation. I think that was just like a mock-up.
I mean, this is a patent filing,
Yeah.
so of course this is going to be very rudimentary.
That and like it might not even be real. Like there
It's
are
not.
patent
It's,
filings
it's a,
that
if it's a patent filing, it's probably a concept that they
Yeah.
want to kind of copyright before anyone else gets a hold of it. But yeah, and a lot of these companies do this defensively. So let's take it with a grain of salt. Apple does this all the time. They file patents for stuff that they don't pursue anyways. They just do it as sort of a defensive measure, just so they can say, hey, we were here first with this technology.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, wouldn't they do a better job of kind of masking them to an extent from a design perspective? Or alternatively, who in the chat was talking about it? Timothy. He was saying, like, would they put lenses on different sides and, like, the corners or front, back kind of all over? Or is it just going to be a giant panel of 16?
It looks like a giant panel of 16, like a 4x4 grid, right? So it'd be hard to kind of position. I think the point of the lenses and that whatever 3D virtual effect they're trying to achieve can only be done by this 4x4 grid, which would, be kind of ugly having on the back of your phone. But
Okay, but once Samsung like comes out with the foldable phones, where
You can
it's more
unfold-
surface area, there's gonna be like
Oh.
32 cameras on the back of that
I
one.
like it. I like it. It's like whoosh. All right.
We did it.
All right, more questions from the chat. Also from Timothy. Cameras 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 16. Should Google be patting themselves on the back with just one single camera and the quality is still top notch? I think to an extent, yes, they should.
Yeah,
I'd say so. Yeah.
it's pretty impressive that they're able to pack it all into one. I mean, I would say like I don't know if the bokeh effect is as reliable as a double lens format because it's using AI to kind of fake it a little bit, but it's impressive that they can get all that packed into one lens.
Yeah, I would also argue that the bokeh effect is kind of overrated, where I think you used to see it a lot, like being taken by DSLRs, and you think like, oh, wow, that's like a really good camera. And then when you see it like everywhere, though, from like normal like iPhones, it's just like, okay, I've seen this. Like, this is not that impressive.
It's away from the uniqueness of that format for sure.
It's a simple subjective art style at this point. Like, it'll kind of get out of the honeymoon phase sooner or later. All right, next question. If 16 cameras are added, something's got to give. What about a smaller battery? Do we think they're going to start cutting corners on other essential features to squeeze these cameras in?
I mean, let's keep in mind that this probably won't show up for a while, if ever. So I would hope, and maybe I'm just being overly optimistic, that they would figure out the battery technology by the time that this thing gets set up. But who knows? I know I'm being naive.
We have a couple of off-topic questions. Shall we go ahead and jump down that?
Do it.
These are my favorite questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, they're not that exciting either. MJ's asking if the iPhone 10 reproduction is happening, and if so, how much will the new price be?
I saw reports on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to confirm. I would assume that the price would be the same, though, just from Apple's perspective of, we know that people will pay this much for our product. Like, we'll just keep it at that price.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little skeptical about those reports, given that they sort of have their pricing model down. Maybe, I mean, if the iPhone 10R or the 10s, if the sales really start tanking, maybe it comes out. I mean, I was just thinking actually the other day that like, I kind of wish the iPhone 10 was around so that would be like the phone I would probably get for my parents, assuming it was cheaper though. Assuming it was $100 cheaper than before. But I don't know. I mean, it feels like they've got their lineup set, and it would really have to take one of these or multiple products tanking for them to get the iPhone 10 back into action.
Next question is coming in from Kishori. When is the first 5G phone expected to hit the streets? We've talked about this time and time again.
5G, my favorite topic.
My least.
Yes, I know, Brian. You'll be amazed come next year or the year after that.
When something finally happens where I have to produce a show and there's actually visual B-roll that I can incorporate, yeah, I'll be thrilled.
Here's the 5G phone. The first 5G phone is expected, at least announced, first half of next year. My guess is probably around February, March, when Samsung unveils its Galaxy S10. I suspect that'll be the first phone to be the first 5G phone out there. There might be a couple others who kind of like announce their phone ahead of time, but I think the very first one will probably come from Samsung.
I'm interested when you say 5G with quotation marks, though, because I feel like there's always like an asterisk or a caveat to whenever somebody says, we're the first 5G.
Well, like, it'll be 5G, but it may not be for every carrier. It may not be for every service. Like it might be just for, like in the US, it might only be accessible to AT&T's 5G network or Verizon's 5G network. It won't be like a universal thing.
Will 5G arrive to more practical uses like what you've talked about with, connected cars and like medical, like VR stuff first before it arrives to like on a consumer level?
It's actually, that's a great question. It's kind of debatable. I think for like single purpose things like, I don't know, like an ATM machine or farming equipment, that might come sooner, but stuff like telemedicine or self-driving cars, that's going to be further down the line because you need that breadth of coverage. It's not going to come in that first 2 or 3 years.
All right, next question coming in from I lost track here. Oh, Virendra. Sorry, I'm terrible at names. When will we see graphene-powered phones, graphene batteries?
Ooh, never.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm excited by the technology as much as anyone else, but it's still kind of in the early stages. We've talked about graphene as sort of this like almost miracle material, but that's still very like early days R&D, skunkworks type thing. I don't think there's any major manufacturer that's looking at graphene in a meaningful way for the next few years. Those lithium-ion batteries that we have, unfortunately, are sort of a industry standard, and we're gonna have those for a while. Sad to say.
Let's pivot over to Black Friday, Cyber Monday for just a minute. This is kind of a relevant question, but probably a little bit off. From Ronak, is it okay to purchase an iPhone 6S from Amazon if it says it's Simple Mobile locked? I'm not sure what that means. Do you guys know?
Simple Mobile is a carrier, right?
Yeah, Simple Mobile is a wireless reseller of service. If you're in the U.S., I think it'd be okay. If you're not in the U.S., I might be a little skeptical because I think it's supposed to be tied to the service.
Which, if you have your own service already, like Verizon or T-Mobile
or something
AT&T,
overseas, then you're probably not going to need it.
Staying on the topic of Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Before we move forward, did you guys? We kind of brought this up earlier. Any good scores? I did a little shopping, but I don't want to say what I bought because it was mostly gifts for other people, and in case they see this show, which they won't. I don't want to let any cats out of the bag.
I mean, the only thing I got was Red Dead Redemption 2 because it was a bundle with Call of Duty 4, and I was already looking to buy the game. That was it. I didn't even get that many. Actually, no, that's not true. I got a bunch of presents for my nephews and nieces.
Yeah, I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
I don't need anything. I'm very happy with all I have.
Nor does he need to buy anything for anyone else because he's not a big gift giver.
Yeah, I also have no friends, so I don't really.
That's a pretty cost-effective way to live.
Yeah.
So
don't have friends, and then you don't have to get them anything.
So in the broader sense, though, did we see anything that was really legitimately, objectively a good deal floating around? I mean,
the PS4 Spider-Man bundle for $200 was pretty enticing.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Wow.
Where was that?
Target and Best Buy had it, and I'm sure other online retailers were offering that.
I know there were a bunch of TCL deals for TCL TVs and Roku TVs. There's one here, like $350 for a 55-inch 4K TV. That's just, I don't know, that just boggles my mind how cheap they've gotten.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw what Cards Against Humanity was doing over the weekend, though. So they did this prank on Black Friday where
did they raise the prices?
No, it was a 99% off sale. So they had items that were, they literally sold a $20 bill for $2. And all this other stuff, things like a lab grown diamond ring for $39 instead of $3,900.
Okay.
It was very interesting to watch go down.
Didn't they raise the price for Black Friday?
There was one where their deal was literally just a pile of crap that you could buy. But yeah, I was looking on that but people, it was only one of one. So the moment somebody snatched it up, it was gone.
Gotcha.
That was probably I probably would have bought something from that had I gotten the deals on time.
Which one would you have gone?
The $100 bill for $1. They sold a car. They sold a car for $90.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was on
a legit car.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Woof.
There you go.
I mean, they always have. There's always an opportunity to re-up your TV on Black Friday. It seems like Katz has always got his finger on the pulse for that, obviously. Yep. I didn't see anything that jumped out at me. In all my ventures, and I'll admit I spend most of my time poking around on Amazon, anything I saw was the same stuff I've seen for years. The Instapots, the sous vide cookers, headphones, which I don't need new headphones. I have headphones I like. And yeah, I really didn't see anything that blew my mind this year. But farming out to the chat, let us know if you saw anything really, 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 really good. Staying on the topic, Timothy's asking, with all these leaks for product releases or Black Friday and Cyber Monday, when will companies just blatantly admit that it's their marketing and PR department?
I will say never.
No, that's part of the mystique.
It's part of the. It's like asking when will a magician reveal that's their trick.
Right.
I've always looked at Black Friday in that way where I am not a fan of it. I don't like all these deals that are really just a big marketing ploy to make you want to buy stuff you don't need. But anyway, check us out. Check out CNET for all the best deals and products.
Well, I appreciate Black Friday and Cyber Monday for what it is. If I'm looking for something specific, I wasn't really looking for anything specific this year, aside from Red Dead Redemption 2, which I am very much looking forward to finding time to play somehow between my kid and work and all that other stuff. But Yeah, it's useful if you have something you want. I'll just say that.
Yeah, basically.
All right, good enough. We are out of time. Thanks everybody for coming on back. Thanks to our sponsor PUBG Mobile for keeping the lights on. And we'll be back. We are back to a normal, regularly scheduled broadcast, right? We don't have any weird hiatus dates coming up, do we?
No, I mean we'll probably have a hiatus come the end of the year, but no other big events that's gonna push our show. So we should be around for the next few weeks.
Yeah, at least until the next holiday season, and then after that, we'll be on our way to CES as per usual. So hopefully, we'll see some of y'all there, or hear from you there, or anything along those lines. But until then,
Maybe.
Normal regular weekday schedule again. Thanks for putting up with us when we're hopping around during the holidays, and while somebody's jet setting over to Japan and all over the place. So
Thanks. I'll try to do better tomorrow. The 359 is available on iTunes, TuneIn, FeedBurner, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Google Podcasts, the Amazon Echo, and of course, CNET.com. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Get your ass to Mars.
What was that?
Really, you're not gonna give me any break on that one?
Oh,
that was Elon
that was
Musk.
intentional.
That was Elon Musk. It was just the clip was so short and it like went into like the next autoplay thing that it kind of passes by.
All right,
I got it.
I tried. Bye, folks.
Oh yeah, that's gonna get old.